Welcome back to another episode of Sports Beef. I'm your host, Bill Scores, and with me is my co-host, the legendary 5-time Super Bowl champion, Beef Washington.
What's up, Bill? Ready to dig into some juicy predictions? I hope everyone's ready for a hearty serving of sports talk because today's menu is packed with flavor.
We've got two massive matchups in the conference championship games that'll set the stage for the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Let's jump right into the first one, the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. It's like watching two heavyweight boxing champs square off, but with helmets and shoulder pads.
It's a fight, all right. The Bills knocked out Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Josh Allen was out there making joystick Madden moves. Stopping on a dime with 9 cents change, Bill.
But now he's up against Patrick Mahomes, who's like the wizard of the NFL. You know, the guy who throws passes with his left hand while watching TikTok with his right.
He runs kind of funny, and his helmet is strange on his big old head. And let's not forget about Travis Kelce. This guy has become a household name for his romance with Taylor Swift. Now he wears a cowboy hat, a glittery uniform, and puts red lipstick under his eyes. The boy's changed.
Can you imagine touchdowns and heartbreaks, the Kelce edition? But in all seriousness, the Chiefs are favored by just 1.5 points. It's like the odds makers are saying, we think you can keep it close, but we're not fully convinced.
And let's talk about the Bills' defense. They've been solid this year, but they're going to have their hands full with Mahomes and Kelce.
Speaking of keeping things interesting, let's check in with our sideline reporter, Kara Evans, who's got an interview with Buffalo Bills kicker, Dono. Kara, what's the scoop from the Bills' fine kicker?
Thanks, Bill. I'm here with Pro Bowl kicker, Dono. Dono, do you feel confident going into this game?
No pressure, Kara. I have been on a steady diet of Pepto-Bismol, bananas, and vinegar. The medication helps too. Players Union says if I miss a kick, the witness protection clause in my contract kicks in. Pardon the pun.
So what's the game plan to beat Mahomes and the Chiefs?
Simple. Keep Mahomes off the field. Maybe throw a party with some snacks. You know, if we can distract him with nachos, we might stand a chance. Guacamole is slippery.
Good strategy. Thanks, Dono. Back to you, Bill.
Thanks, Kara. Now let's switch gears to our second matchup, the Philadelphia Eagles against the Washington Commanders. The Eagles just had a nail-biter against the Rams, and let me tell you, it was a frozen dinner party.
It was so cold the chickens were lining up to get in the oven. Saquon Barkley was out there running like he had a jetpack strapped to his back.
Washington cured Goff's amnesia, Beef. Goff looked like he finally remembered who he was. He had an amazing season that ended with a thud. There is always next year. But now Washington will focus on the Eagles.
Exactly. The Eagles have a solid defense, a giant offensive line, the arm of Jalen Hurts, and the legs of Saquon Barkley. They're like that big kid in school who takes your lunch money every recess.
That was my money, Beef. I used to get taken advantage of and humiliated at recess. Eagles offensive tackle Jordan Mailata is 6 feet 7 inches, 365 pounds. The bullies at my school were bigger in 3rd grade. I faced worse.
You are a gangster, my man.
So true. Now let's check in with our other sideline reporter, Yuki Tanaka, who's interviewing running back Saquon Barkley. Yuki, what's cooking over there?
Thanks, Bill. I'm here with Saquon Barkley. Saquon, what's your favorite meal to fuel up on before a big game?
Oh, definitely ram chops. They are mighty tasty, roasted defensive ends, tackles, linebackers, and sauteed safeties with mint sauce, carrots, parsnips, potatoes, and asparagus. Let's not forget a side of zucchini and bell peppers with some shame mixed in.
Your recipe sounds very nutritious, Saquon. Are there any tricks I should remember?
Just grill them until they're as tender as my touchdown celebration. And don't forget the seasoning. You got to spice things up. I jump over backwards to make a good meal.
Sounds delicious. Good luck out there, Saquon.
Now, Beef, let's bring it home with our ridiculous predictions for these matchups.
All right, Bill. I'm calling the Chiefs to win 44-31 going away. I think Mahomes pulls off some last-minute magic using the no-look pass.
I'm going with the Bills, 31-28, winning on a last-second kick that hopefully doesn't go wide right, if you know what I'm saying. I believe in Josh Allen's ability to lead under pressure, like when he's trying to decide what toppings to get on his pizza.
And for the Eagles versus Commanders, I'm picking the Eagles to win 27-24. Jalen Hurts is going to outduel Jaden Daniels.
I'm going with the Commanders, 28-21. Their defense is like a brick wall. Good luck trying to run through that. and Jaden Daniels is one hot rookie. You never know what can happen.
We're on opposite ends today, but if we are wrong, nobody remembers.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today on Sports Beef. Don't forget to subscribe and tune in for our next episode, where we'll break down the Super Bowl matchup in New Orleans.
Until next time, folks, keep the sports spirit alive and don't forget to enjoy those ram chops.
This podcast is brought to you by LLMvideos.com, makers of mini podcasts and interactive avatars. Like, follow, and subscribe.